Hello,
What?
everyone. Wait,
I feel like we were just here.
we're back again, and we're still talking about Love Island. But
Well,
we did a quick flight from South Africa to Fiji, and now
that
we're
can't
talking
be a
about.
wh- that can't be a super long flight, right?
I don't really know. Geography is. I don't think it's a long flight, but I think it's a few hours. We just did it really, really fast. Hello, welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real energy in reality. You can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Her. I am not drinking waters right now because my flight from Fiji gave me something else. So I'm drinking root beer because in my new purple cup. Well, not new, but my purple mug. Thanks, David. Love this cup. And I also have my mug. Yeah, and you can join me and Logan and getting the cup mug at LanaGsCreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup mug, period. Thank
Period, period,
you.
period. Yeah, we did that in a very short period of time because that is not a quick flight.
Oh, well,
At all.
we had a teleporter.
Yeah, sure. Take a guess, Lana, as to how
14 hours,
long. Oh no, keep going.
24 hours,
Keep going.
36 hours.
The shortest flight series from Cape Town, South Africa to Nadi, Western Division, Fiji is 36 hours.
Well, Julie,
Most of them are taking 47 hours, which includes several stops in between. So,
layovers in between.
yep.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, hi, I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. I was committed to the bit. I had to look it up. Yeah, I grabbed another drink in the in between as well. I am drinking, not sponsored, but I would like to be, a highball energy seltzer today, in the flavor grapefruit.
Cool.
I have not tried this specific flavor yet, so this is a live taste test, and pretty good.
It would have been weird if it was nasty. You'd be like, ew, gross.
Right. Yeah, it ain't too bad. I'm not mad at it at all. And you know what you know what else I'm not, well, actually, I am mad at this
Well, well, man.
episode.
This
Because
episode,
bitches be frustrating, Lana. And by bitches, I mean Hutta.
there's that B word again thrown around, just
Uh-huh.
loosey goosey.
Uh-huh.
I am frustrated with a lot of people in this episode, and I'm going to do something in this episode that I never thought I would have to do. So we'll get into
Oh.
it. Um, but before we do, if you are just joining us for the first time, hello and welcome, and thank you for joining. Please hit the subscribe button on this channel because we are trying to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. That is our mission here at the Cup TV, and it has spilled over into all the channels on the Cup Network. So if you want to support us here and on all of our other channels, please do that by clicking on the links in the description below, hitting the subscribe button. And we thank you for doing that. You can follow us on all our audio podcast links. Join our Patreon. We got a lot of fun things to do. We got plan coming up for you. So join our Patreon. Follow us on all of our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And yeah, do all those things. We appreciate your support. Let's get into this episode,
Ooh,
Logan, because
baby.
the fallout is real. Charlie has now been dumped from the villa, and baby,
No.
ugh, I don't even think I did, but let me check some. Let me let me I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. Let me check something here. Oh, I forgot you left. I was gonna say, what happened? You left.
I did leave. Yep,
You
that's
did leave. Let me check something real quick because I don't think no, I didn't. We didn't even need this. I said this whole time. That is what I said going into this. I don't need slides for the show because nothing changed. Nothing was different. So we really don't need slides for this.
no.
But
So we get to stay
we get
here
to stay here.
underneath our beautiful palm trees today,
Right.
on our beautiful Fijian villa. Lovely,
Beach.
beautiful
Love that.
times.
But
Yes.
yeah. So Charlie is dumped and
Yeah.
Hannah is devastatedly crying, boo-hooing. Everybody's crying. People are sad. People are upset. Huda's crying. Jeremiah's processing
In shock.
and shocked. Literally, you can see the shock on his face. Everybody's starting to, I guess, come down from the initial shock of Charlie being gone or being dumped. But then it turned into something interesting and weird. We had the boys well, I'll say Nick and Jeremiah, Nick and Ace quickly turn their attention to Austin and is like, "Why did you vote for Taylor?" And he's like, I didn't. My brain was fried in this situation. I didn't want to choose anybody, and I just picked the first name. Um, Honestly, like I said, I think Austin was scared of Huda, and he liked Jeremiah. He didn't want to hurt his boy Jeremiah. Because he also said he actually thinks that their relationship is kind of strong and true. And so Austin was like, I didn't want to hurt Jeremiah. I didn't want to, do that. And I honestly was not going to vote for Charlie because he's my best friend in the village. So it was Taylor that came out of my mouth, and
Hmm.
he felt bad about the vote. And so he was like, I just did. And then Nick, this is where Nick frustrated me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Nick
Nick
was
pissed
Nick
me the fuck
frustrated.
off this episode.
He frustrated me in this episode. Not gonna lie, I was not a fan of Nick in this
Uh-uh.
episode. He was just like to Austin, like, "You see what you did here? You just sent your best friend home." And I'm like, "This is not the time to do that. That is not the time or the moment or the
Baby,
situation." And it's
time
not
and
true.
place.
And it's not true. He didn't send
No.
his best friend home. It was the three girls that voted that sent him home. It wasn't him. And even if he voted for Huda, it would have still been a tie, and we don't know what the outcome would have been or how the tie was going to be broken. So it still could have been Charlie going home for that. So I'm
I
like, that's not
believe,
fair.
I honestly think it would have come down to the other
Other,
Islanders.
yes, yes.
It would have come down to, yeah, I think it, because I was going to say America voting, but
No, it would
no,
have came down
there's
to
no,
the other
yeah,
Islanders. It
yeah,
would have
there's
came
no
down to
way
the other.
to, or like who got the most votes out of like the America voting, but like there's no way to quantify that fairly.
No, it would have had to come down to the other Islanders, and I think it probably would have still ended up the same way. I think uh Alandria would have voted for Charlie to go. I think Pepe probably would have voted for Charlie to go.
Yeah,
I think Iris would have voted for Charlie to go because they would have just went with what everybody else was saying. And I think if Orlandria started off, they would have just followed suit because they were the three new bombshells. They would have just followed suit because they don't really know anybody. They don't really know, who. And I think Jalen would have followed suit with what Alandria said. I
hmm,
think Iris would have followed suit with what Alandria said. And I think Pepe would have chose Charlie because he was coupled with Hannah. And it was like, it would be easier for him to just go.
exactly.
So I still think the outcome would have been the same, but we don't know. And so for Nick to say that, I was just like, dude, you don't really know for you to be saying that. Like, hello? And it wasn't the time and place. But then on the next, not the time and place, they just went in on Jeremiah. Nick and Ace went in, and he was like, I mean, and here's the thing. Not that I'm thinking what Ace and Nick were saying was wrong. I just feel like they needed to take a beat. Like it didn't need to happen right then in that moment.
Everyone in this episode needed to take a beat because the biggest issue with this entire episode is that no one gave anybody at any point an opportunity to process their emotions. And ultimately, what we ended up with is an absolute clusterfuck that, from an audience perspective, I loved watching. But from their
Yeah.
perspective, I felt very overwhelmed for all of them,
Mm-hmm.
because ultimately it's like I wouldn't want to be in that situation either, where
Mm-mm.
it's like I felt for Jeremiah in a lot of these moments, because ultimately I know what it's like to be so emotionally overwhelmed by a situation that you just kind of freeze and get so overwhelmed that you don't know how to process things
Right.
properly. Like, I resonated very, very much so with how Jeremiah was feeling. So to then, on top of everything that's already gone on, to then also now have Ace and Nick immediately jumping on his neck.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, time and place. I'm sorry. Y'all can say that to him. And
Yes.
what they said was fair
Fair.
and valid.
Yep.
And he needed to hear that. But baby, time and place.
It was so much happening. The emotions were so high. I really wish like somebody had a voice reason say, hey, listen, everybody, please, can we all take a moment to process all of this? And then we will have these conversations. Like all of us need to process this. All of us just got
Yeah.
blindsided with all of this. And we need to focus on
Yeah.
first saying goodbye to Charlie. We need to
Yes.
focus first on letting him sending him off in the best way we possibly can, because this is hard. We are all going to still be here. He's the one that has to go. So our attention needs to
Yeah.
be him. And then we can have all these conversations later. Like
Well,
it's somebody needs to be the voice of
well,
reason.
and that wasn't going to happen. And you know why that wasn't going to happen, Lana. Because Ace is in here playing the best strategic
Produce.
game I've ever seen on Love Island.
Ace is the producer, he's the director, he's the cast director. He's doing every job in this house. He's making
He is
sure
playing
moments
he
get
is
played.
he is playing Love Island.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't I can't be too upset at it, to be honest with you. He is playing the strategic game of Love Island. I can't be too upset at it, because
Never
he is
upset.
making sure that the pieces are in place where they need to be.
Yeah. He is definitely making sure moments happen and that those
Yep.
moments are good TV moments so they can have moments that people say, oh my God, can we believe this happened in this moment?
And the
And
reason why he didn't stop to give Jeremiah a beat to breathe is because he wanted to make sure that it was a good TV moment, and he wanted to make sure that he sniped Jeremiah at a moment where he knew he was at his most emotionally vulnerable, to make sure that he caught Jeremiah while he was down, to make sure that Hutta and Jeremiah were at their weakest. It makes complete sense. I see it. It's diabolical, and I gotta give Ace some credit here.
he definitely took the moment and made it about him and made it about them, which I'm not mad at. I think, like I said, like you said, for TV, baby,
Uh-huh.
I'm eating it up. I'm eating it up. As the human compassionate side of me and the
I
empathy
hated
side
it.
of me, I was like, please let these people breathe. Like I'm worried about all of their mental health in this moment. Like I need them to whew. But as a viewer, I was like, oh, but yeah, this is good. Give me more, give me more. Um, but we do see Jeremiah and Ace just like go back and forth. He's like, America is seeing something. They're seeing y'all both, because y'all sitting here
Uh-huh.
coupling up on day one, and then you closed off day one like nobody else. You didn't try to talk to anybody. You never tried to talk to anybody. She's never tried to talk to anybody, and that's not authentic in this situation here. And I think it's bullshit. And they was like, well, and Jeremiah's like, I don't care what America thinks, and I don't care. You can't tell me how to date, which fair. Honestly, fair on Jeremiah's part.
Yeah,
Nobody should can and should be able to tell you how to date, and nobody. But the unfortunate part for you is Jeremiah. America had the right to do this in this episode. America got the choice to do this, and you're in an experiment where producers are telling you what to do. America's voting for how we want it to go, and this experiment says it's catered to you to be open and explore. This is, I think Ira said it later on in this episode, this is the only place that you can go out and
yes.
be open and willing and exploring different connections, and it's okay and it's accepted. This is the
And
only
I
place
loved
that's
it.
acceptable. I love that from her. I was like, absolutely. And I think he needed to hear that. His eyes need to be open, like, you are, it's okay to do, like, he's so concerned about what America thinks and what people are going to think about him, that he's not doing himself as due diligence. He's not doing himself any service by not exploring, because you won't be able to do this in the real world. You are not going to be able to go out in the real world, have this girl date her know she's dating somebody else, and have another girl know you dating them, and I'm openly exploring without somebody getting upset and it causes a problem. This is the one place where you're supposed to be able to do that, and he wasn't doing it. And so I think what Ace and Nick were saying was very true. Very
Mhm.
true. Ace was the voice of the people in the last episode and in this episode, because when he talked to Jeremiah and they were going off, I was like, okay,
Mhm.
this conversation needed to happen. This conversation for the two of them needed to happen. And when Jeremiah was like, well, if that's how you feel, stay on that side. And Ace was like, I've been here since day one. It's like,
Yep.
seriously, seriously. But then Ace has a conversation with Huda, and I was like, this conversation needed to happen too. This conversation needed to happen. Huda, Huda girl, Huda girl, I need you to come here. And I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. You are not the only single mother in the world.
No.
You're not. You're a mom. We get it. I respect that. I love that for you. You are trying to weaponize your I'm a mom situation, and guess what? Nobody cares, because it's not like you're the only one. You're not the first. You're not the last. We have lots of single mothers out here doing that thing. We have lots of single mothers out here dating. It's harder, but they are doing it. We have a lot of single mothers out here doing their thing. And the way when she told Ace, the reason I move the way I move in this house, and the reason why I date how I date or move is because I'm a mom. And without a beat, he said, okay, so my mom was a single mom, and like, he didn't miss a beat. You know why? That doesn't phase people anymore these days to hear somebody's a single mom.
It's it's the weaponizing of being a single mom, it who works two jobs, who loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. She's apparently a survivor. Shout out to Reba. But it's frustrating to me. It discredits single mothers around the world, quite honestly, to me. My mom was a single mother. So for me specifically, watching Hutta and the way she's acted in this villa, weaponizing her daughter in this way, frustrates me, because it's all just manipulative to me. It's all manipulative. It's all a gameplay. It's
Hmm.
all just it all just feels fake.
It
And I
feels
loved Ace clocking her tea to her face. And the way, and I appreciate a girl that can take it too. And she said, thank you for letting me know. And I appreciate that. But still, girl, like it's just fake.
you
It's
can't.
all just fake. And to
Day
be fair,
one,
it's fake from both of them.
yes.
It's fake from her and it's fake from
Day one.
Jeremiah.
The problem is not, and this is the America did not vote Jeremiah into this couple with Iris to protect Huda or to protect Jeremiah. It was to break them up because we were sick and tired of them trying to fake the funk for America, and we weren't buying it.
And might I add here, the way she goes, oh, the way this happened is the way God intended. Baby, the way oh God.
If this was the
Oh,
way
so
God,
now you're weaponizing God too? Baby, no. That
if this was the way God intended, baby, then America is me and America. If this was the way God intended, then all of our votes wouldn't have felt the way they felt.
mhm.
We wouldn't have collectively come to way because guess what? God controls all, I believe, in my mind. And if he wanted y'all to still be together, we wouldn't have felt that way. It wouldn't have been shown to us that way. Our eyes would see loving, adoring couples every time we watch y'all. But you know what we saw? No. We saw
Manipulative. Yeah.
manipulative, love bombing, gaslighting, just horrible toxicity. That's all we saw with y'all. And it was exhausting to the public. It was exhausting. We couldn't deal with it anymore. And that's why we were like, this has to stop. This has to stop now. But you know what I've learned from watching all of this?
Hmm.
She's learned nothing.
No.
Because after all of this, and this is what I'm going to say. They were both wrong in all of this. This whole episode, they were completely wrong. And this is where Jeremiah's wrong came in. Because he should have taken himself over and talked to her that night, consoled her. She just almost went home. She was a vote away from going home.
Yeah.
And he did not take that time to consider the fact that she was a vote away from going home.
Mhm.
Her feelings were all great. Now, yes, he had to process this. And I feel like I think he should have taken that time, go over there, console her, be like, hey, listen, I get it. I understand. Something is going on and we just have to figure this out. Whatever it is, we will figure this out. And if it's for us to be together, we will be together. If it's not for us to be together and find other places to be happy, we will do that. But we just need to take the night,
Mhm.
focus on whatever, calm it down. We go be all right. We go.
Mhm.
He at least needed to tell her we go be all right. But on the flip side, he is blind, just as blindsided as she is. And he processes things way different because she even said it in prior episodes. When he gets put in weird situations, he shuts down. When he is triggered, he shuts down. She knows this about him and knows he shuts down, and then expecting him not to shut down in this situation where he has just been blindsided. You felt like you were slapped in the face with it. He felt like he was slapped in the face as well. Do I wish he was able to process it better and go and comfort her and then go off and process it by himself and figure out what to do and then shut down? Absolutely, because he needed to be there for her. If this is the person you say you care so much about, you need to be there for them too, as well as she needed to be there for you. I think they both should have been like, hey, we need to talk. And just like he could have went to her, she could have came to him. He was distraught, she was distraught. I just think it was a two-way street.
Mhm.
And I felt like, yeah, they could have had that conversation, but I understand why he just shut down and didn't feel like being able to go because he also knows her and he knows she's going to take it and fly off the handle like she has done in
Mhm.
every situation they've had. So I understand what his hesitancy was to go over to her, but I wish he would have just manned up and just did it. Even if it didn't turn out, even if it was just him holding her while she cried and like, we're going to be okay, it'll be all right. I think that would have been huge, and she would have
Mhm.
felt a little bit of reassurance in that. But what you think?
That's what I think. To be honest, I think they're exhausting. I think they're frustrating. And I'm gonna put a pin in them because I have more thoughts later.
Okay. Okay.
Because, like, honest to God, most of my thoughts about both of them have to do with other things that happen later. So, um, we get I do love that after Charlie leaves. Oh, bye Charlie. Sorry, Charlie.
Mm.
Sorry, Charlie. I do love that Hannah pulls Pepe for a chat. Whose real name is Juan, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Pepe, it's Juan. Um, I found that out on Wikipedia. Um, but Hannah goes, it is like, I hope you don't feel bad.
Like I do.
Um, not Lana.
He's no, Pepe said I do. That's what
Well,
he
okay.
said. I'm just saying what he said.
He didn't say I feel bad.
No, she didn't. He said, I hope you don't feel bad. He said, I do. Kinda. And she was like, I don't want you to feel bad. That was the conversation that I was referencing to.
I know, I know, I know.
No, you didn't. You thought I said I do feel bad. You tried to play me. It's
Shady.
okay. It's okay.
Shady little boots in the shade.
I'm just
Uh
saying what that man said.
anyway. Um but they chat. And she's like, I hope that, even though I had the reaction that I had tonight, I hope that we can still build our connection in that way. And he's like, yeah, I'm open to it. Obviously, we need to move a little slow because, things are a little bit weird now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not closed off
Right.
to anything. And I love the way that he's moving here.
Yeah,
I do love the way that he's moving here, and I really appreciate it.
I do too. I think that was a good conversation that they needed to have. And I was
For
glad that
both of
she,
them.
yeah, I was glad that she was the one to initiate the conversation and be like, listen, I know my reaction was a little big, it's strong. And I felt all of
Mhm.
those feelings, but I'm not it was still early for even for me and Charlie. So
Yeah.
that wasn't completely closed off either. So I'm willing to see what this is. And I liked how Charlie told her, if you haven't found another connection when it's over,
Yes.
can we, and you come out, can we talk and see, whatever. And I'm like, that makes sense because he knows it's a possibility. She can find another strong connection. She can get there and Peppy might be the one. She
Yep.
don't know. And so I'm glad that she's open to exploring that relationship with Pepe. But she's also having Charlie in the back of her mind just in case the connections aren't there and she does end up leaving with no strong connection. I think it's going to be interesting. I like the conversation that they had. I like the pace that they agreed to move to. And throughout this episode, I liked how they moved. The little that we
100%.
saw, I liked how they moved.
I was like, what are the chances that I end up running into Hannah and Charlie in Tucson sometime? I'm like, that'd be kind of cute and
That'd be
fun.
cute. That'd be cute. Charlie, they leave to Fiji. Charlie comes to Arizona for a little while. You like,
That'd be
hey, like
adorable. That'd be
we talked about
adorable.
y'all on my podcast. Come on.
Be like, oh my god.
It
Oh
was
my
a
god, you were on Love Island.
right. It was a girl on TikTok just now. She saw Charlie at the mall, like today after he got out the villa. She was like, I just saw Charlie at the mall. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
so that's fun. That yeah. I think that'd be fun. I think you should see Hannah walking around Tucson. That'd be fun.
probably. Well, she's a college student, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd probably see her on campus.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Hannah.
Shut up.
Um,
We do see um the voice of reason, Alandria, in the makeup room with the girls. She's like, look, y'all, America is seeing some stuff we ain't seeing. And so we need to step back,
Yeah.
breathe, and figure this thing out because something is happening that we just are not seeing and America is seeing. And as
Yeah.
she say, America blindsided them, they left them in that. She said they got us good. Y'all got us good. Y'all shook the whole house with this
America
one.
done fucked us up.
They, and
America done fucked up this villa. And I said, yes, ma'am. They
yes,
sure
we did.
did.
They did.
They sure did.
They did.
They seem to think that it's just on the side of Jeremiah, though.
Yeah, Huda has created this whole
I
story.
know.
This is my problem with Huda. She created this whole story that Jeremiah is a liar, and he done said something, and I'm like, what did he lie about? And I know she don't know everything because she's not privy to everything in the villa, but that man ain't lied about nothing. He said everything that he tell her, he said to the boys. He ain't lied about nothing. He never said he was never interested in her. He has never shown not a disingenuous feeling towards her.
The
He said the
way,
one time he said something about maybe pulling back. He told her.
the way that this villa done, America done fucked up this villa, in the words of Alandria, to the point that Hutta has now gone, and she is so done fucked up by this that she's like, he is such a nasty bitch. Fuck that man. My husband would never. Baby, he's not your husband. It's day 13. It's day 13. But regardless, she is like, my husband would never. Fuck this bitch. He's done lied to me. Blah, blah, blah. I love that the
He's a
whole time,
pussy ass
too.
bitch.
I love that the whole time, too, you can barely see her above the dividing wall in the shower.
Right, we see about that much of her head. That much of her head, I think, and she's just going off. And Jeremiah is just standing outside the door, like,
The
what?
whole thing made me laugh. I laughed through this whole segment because you could just not, you can't even see Hannah.
And
You
see,
just can't see her.
here's the thing. I think this was the moment Jeremiah was getting ready to go check up on her.
Yes!
And then he walked up on hearing her, he a pussy ass bitch, and I F him, and so, like, and then he was just like,
I wouldn't go check on her
shut
either.
down again. And then when she came out, he was like, I haven't lied to you. And she just walked past him. He was like, I never lied to you. I haven't lied to you. I don't know what to say. He's never lied to her. Just to set the record straight, the man ain't never lied to her.
And I'm
Unless
very excited for her to come out of the villa and realize how done fucked up she is. And realize how done fucked up she's been to this man. And to realize how done fucked up she is in America's perception. Because she even said in this episode, either America hates me or he's lied to me. And guess what, Hannah? America hates you. Not all of them,
not all
but
of them, a good portion of them. And it's not we hate you. I don't think it's we hate you. We just hate how you're acting in this house towards all the people, not just Jeremiah, because this whole episode was the Huda Dark Cloud show, and it just brought the entire villa down. We had, it was just like everybody is trying. Okay, girls, girls, come to the front. I need all y'all to come to the front. I need y'all to come to the
every
front.
single one of
Every
you.
single one of y'all need to come to the front because the disservice that you all are doing by not being her friend for real and telling her the truth on how she acting and just validating her feelings and I get
Oh,
we can tell her some things, but like, girl, you need to if this is what it is, if this is what it's doing to you, it might be time for you to move on. It might be time for you to, but to sit there and say she's right about everything when she calling this man everything but a child of God, when she is saying all this stuff about him and everything, and we're not correcting her on her actions. We're not correcting her on how she's bringing the whole villa down. Nobody is saying, Huda, I get it, baby, you're upset and I understand. But the fact that you can't even be happy for people in this house is out of pocket and out of order. Like, you need, if you can't do that and you're just gonna be the dark cloud, I get it, you're hurt and upset. We all have been affected by this. But what
yeah.
you're doing is now it's making it all about you. Nobody else can enjoy themselves. Nobody else can say anything. Nobody else can talk to you without you crying and busting out tears, and everything is about you. What about us? You are ruining our experience as well. We all
And
deserve it. It might be tough. She might not want to
yeah.
hear it, but she needs to hear that she is ruining this experience for everybody.
And producers,
Everybody.
come to the front. Producers, editors, come to the front. Why are we playing sad, depressing country music over her segment that she's crying over this man when she's the one here that is yelling over this man and causing this man distress here? Why are we doing that too? Why are we
It,
feeding into her delusions here? That don't make no sense. I'm sorry.
it,
No.
it, it's wild.
Why are we perpetuating the narrative that in this situation he's done something wrong? Because in this situation, this specific situation, he didn't do anything wrong.
Like I said, his only thing he did wrong was not coming to check on her.
I agree with that.
I think that's the only thing he did wrong in this episode was not coming to check on her.
I agree.
Because not only did you become close, but you did have sex with her. So y'all have moved to an intimate relationship, and that causes emotions and feelings.
Because he
So,
can't help that producers sent him on a date because
right.
America coupled him up with Iris. None of that
None of
is
that was his fault.
Jeremiah's fault.
None of it.
None
Not a
of
single
that
thing.
is Jeremiah's fault. Hudda, come to the front. Nick, bring your bitch ass to the front. I'm sorry. Both of y'all, get your asses up to the front. None of this is Jeremiah's fault. None of this is Jeremiah's fault. So both of you need to understand. I'm going to say it again. None of this is Jeremiah's fault. Now, should he have checked in with her last
Well, I'm about
night?
to say,
Absolutely.
Nick, get behind me. Like, I'm gonna pull Nick away from you. Get behind me, Nick, for a second, because you didn't say nothing wrong. All Nick said was you should have checked on your girl. That's all Nick told him. You should have checked on your girl. I lost some respect because you didn't check on your girl. That ain't the problem because he should have. I agree with Nick. So I'm gonna let you step behind me, Nick. You ain't do nothing wrong. You just told Jeremiah he should have checked on her. But that was the only thing Nick said that he did wrong. Now, the whole thing about the date and him going on this date and Huda, you need to stay right where you are because you wrong for that. That man did nothing wrong. America, you want to be mad at somebody? Be mad at America because America did this. We voted to him in Iris, and then to be mad at the producers because they set up a date. Did they know that it was your perfect date to sit on the beach and chit chat and have a drink? Maybe they did, and they probably if they did, and they was messy and set that up with Iris. You be mad at production. You don't be mad at Jeremiah because he didn't set up the date. He didn't say, "Hey, let's rent a boat and let me take Iris to this secluded island. We're gonna go kayaking and then we're gonna have a nice beach set up and we're gonna have." He ain't set that up. Producer sent them a text at the butt booty crack dawn in the morning, woke them up, and told them to go ready to go on the date. And the three couples went on the date. And if I was Taylor, I would have smacked the crap out of Huda for waking me up in the middle of the night, talking about
Yeah,
something they gone. Be like, baby, one thing, another thing Nick said this whole episode that was true. Nick said waking you up wasn't gonna bring them back.
right.
So what you doing?
Um, I am gonna need you to step aside for Nick again real quick
Okay.
because I do agree with you about him saying that he needed to check on Hutta. I do agree.
Mm-hmm.
The part I have a bigger issue with Nick is him perpetuating the fact. And when he says specifically in the conversation after the date, I know we skipped past the date. We'll talk about the date.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. After the date, when all the boys are sitting together, after he discusses the fact that Jeremiah should have checked on her, which
Right.
Jeremiah does agree
Yes.
that he should have checked on her.
Yes.
This is not the part that Hutta listens to.
No,
because
of course
Hutta's
not.
also a crazy stalker bitch here.
Yeah, she
Then
is.
comes over to listen to this part of the date or this part of the conversation. Nick, at this part of the conversation, is talking to Jeremiah and says, to me, your relationship the last 2 weeks has been so tight. You guys are so close. I think this is the first real challenge. The biggest challenge, if you guys can't work through this and you don't want to, you said you had a great day with Iris. That's great. Hutta is here crying her eyes out all day. His point is that, like, he's perpetuating this point that Hutta, like, he's making it sound like Jeremiah has been up in this conversation doing nothing but praising his date with Iris and, like, just yapping about his date with Iris and not taking accountability for not saying anything about taking accountability for not checking up on Hutta. That's what I have the issue with.
I will say.
Now, a lot of that also has to do with Hutta. She ain't out of the line of fire either for being a weird bitch and stalking on this conversation.
I will say, I agree. I will let you whack Nick for that. Whack him
Thank
for that
you.
part because he didn't have to say all that because Jeremiah was
He
not
didn't.
going on and on and on about his date with Iris. Y'all asked him about the date. He told y'all about the date. He wasn't yap talking about it was so great. Oh my God, Hoodie needs to go. I mean, oh my God, I love Iris. He wasn't saying that. He just said we had a good date. And here's my problem with them, and because I was gonna get to this too. I agree with you. Because my problem with Nick and with Ace in this situation, it was like Jeremiah was damned if he do, damned if he don't. Because if he would have just been like, "Oh, I'm all about Hutter, 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 Hutter," they'd be like, "See, you ain't learned nothing. You still just Hutter down, and you not think about this, and you only trying to explore nothing else. You ain't give Ives a chance." Da 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 da. But then
And
when
that's
he's
what
like,
Jeremiah says in this
there was like
conversation
if he
too.
was like if I didn't give her a chance, y'all be like I wouldn't do nothing. And if I do give her a chance, now I'm wrong because the hood over here crying all day. What am I supposed to do? I didn't plan the date. The date was put on me. I went on the date. I enjoyed my time on the date. I come back to Hurricane Hood apparently did wreak havoc on everybody in the villa, and now it's my fault. What am I supposed to do? So in this case, yes, Jeremiah did nothing wrong in this situation
No.
besides not checking on Hutter. I said that from the beginning, and I'm gonna say it to the end. He only
Agreed.
did nothing but not check on Hutter. And I think when he went to go check on Hutter, she was calling him out his name, and he was like, "Well, never mind, then I'm gonna go on." And so I just feel like, and here's where I'm finna whack Nick. I'm finna whack Nick in this situation because you ain't all the way safe, Nick. I put you aside for a second, but you ain't safe
And that,
because
yeah.
you were the man who voted her out. You sat there and voted her out, and now you want to sit here and act like you are a Hunter protector, a Hunter defender. If it wasn't for
Flip,
if
flop, flip,
Austin
flop, flip, flop, flip, flop,
head
flip,
turn,
flop,
head
flip,
turn,
flop,
head
flip,
turn,
flop, flip,
that
flop,
is
flip,
Nick.
flop, flip, flop.
That is Nick. I'm sorry. You are not innocent in this situation. You were trying to send her home. And if it wasn't for Austin not trying to do Jeremiah dirty, she
Mm-hmm.
would have been gone. You would have been okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
You would have been fine with it. But
Mm-hmm.
you just sit here like trying to defend afterwards and trying to save face. You were just as wrong. And the fact that Huda
Uh-huh.
got so much smoke for Jeremiah and none for Ace and none for Nick, who tried to send her home, is weird behavior to me. Because I'm like, you could think maybe they were trying to tell you something and you finally listened. Okay, great. But did they not try to send you home? Like, I would have some smoke for them. I would have some smoke for them.
No, but
But
the only person that matters in this situation is Jeremiah, because she only in a couple with Jeremiah. The only man she gives a fuck about here is Jeremiah. So
that's fine. That's fine. You can have that smoke for Jeremiah if you want, but it's really misdirected at this point. It's really misdirected at this point because we gonna get back to the date because we already in too deep about this stalker
I was
situation.
gonna say, to wrap up this point, it's maddening, it's frustrating.
I'm
I
sticking
think
with this point. I'm gonna stick with it. We'll get back to that date. We can go back because this heifer sat here, listening to them talk about the date, and got mad because she didn't want to hear about how happy Alandria and Hannah were, who had a good day, and she was like, "I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta go to the bathroom." And she gets up and walks her happy tail across to the steps and sit on the steps where the boys are sitting right across, so she can sit there and listen to the conversation. And I don't know what she was listening to, but the story she came back with to the girls was nothing of the sort. Because
nothing of the fucking sort.
nothing of the sort. She heard, I mean, Jeremiah said some stuff. Jeremiah said maybe she should have left. And the boys were shocked to hear that. He was like, because and I feel like he's only said it because he can't do anything and be himself with her there because she's so overprotecting and overbearing. Nick freaking told her he was intimidated by her. If she does not see the point where somebody is telling you, baby, I am intimidated by you. Nobody is going to talk to you because we are intimidated by you and how closed off and intense you are. If somebody told me that, I think it's time to reevaluate what I'm doing.
Uh-huh.
It's like
Maybe just a little bit, bitch. Like,
I'm, I'm intimidated. I don't feel approachable. What? Hello, but she didn't take that as that. She's like, hello,
where?
hello.
I This entire situation gave crazy psycho cunt for me. I'm sorry. Hutta is a nasty cunt.
Don't call her that. Don't do that. Don't do that. We're
I
not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We don't call people that. I don't like that. If you would not do that, that
it
would be
just
great for me.
That's fine. It just it yeah, that is, it's not she's just not a good person.
Agreed.
She's
Agreed.
just not a good person. The way she is moving in here is not good. She's a nasty woman. She is a nasty woman.
Hmm.
She's a nasty woman. Like,
Agreed.
I need her off my screen immediately. I hope she gets a major reality check the moment she gets out of this villa. I don't think she's going to understand the gravity of the situation that she has put herself in. But she is a nasty woman.
I could agree with that. I don't like I don't like how she took what she thinks she heard or what she heard and took it as he's a liar, a he's a bitch, he's a pussy ass bitch, he's this, he's that, and he just said that what did he say? She said she said that he wants to pursue everything with Iris and he doesn't want nothing else to do with me. I was like, what did that man say that?
Because, and
What did he say
here's the
that?
thing, because what Nick said, again, I'm gonna have to whack Nick again, because what Nick said that set her off is that Nick said that it sounded like Jeremiah was ready to drop Hutta for Iris. Never once did Jeremiah say or
Never.
insinuate
Nope.
that he wanted to drop Iris.
Drop Huda for
Never
Iris. No.
once.
Never once
Never
did he say that.
once
He just
did
said
he
he
say
had a
that.
good time on a date with Iris. And Nick took everything. I just, like I said, not a fan of Nick in this situation. Not a
No.
fan of Nick. Not a
Bye.
fan of Nick. No. I was annoyed with Nick in this episode, but he was just like, um, but Jeremiah, and then she was like, well, then go explore. And she just came out of nowhere. And he was just like, what? and she's just yelling across the villa, F you, F this, I hate you, da 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 da. She's mad. In her anger, she then said, I'm gonna go talk to Iris. And I was like, girls, if y'all don't stop her from going up there talking to Iris, they just let her go. And I was like, are you kidding me? Somebody should have said, girl, that ain't a good idea. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. That's not a good idea. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Maybe we shouldn't have put Iris in this situation.
I don't feel bad for Iris for putting her in this situation. Look, Iris, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Iris,
I'm
baby, I'm so
sorry.
sorry.
We should all be sorry for putting her in this situation. You are the prop that we will support you. Like I said, I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure you stay in this villa as long as possible.
Hmm.
We support you, but I'm sorry, you had to be that. You had to be that. But for her to go up to go talk to Iris, and we should like I think people need to put this in their brains why this is a problem. Because when Jalen and Pepe are talking with Iris and they don't want to go downstairs to get in the middle of this mess, the three of them up there like we just go sit up here and chill and talk about how we had a good time on our dates, and that's gonna be it. And when Hunter was like, I'm going to talk to Iris, and Jalen and Pepper were like, should we stick close by just in case something happens? That's how unstable this girl is. And somebody should have stepped in and said, hey, girl, come, come sit down. And I feel, oh, these girls, y'all did not do her any service in this episode. And Amaya, you are the worst friend ever because you are not all you do you are a yes friend, and she don't need a yes friend. She needs somebody who's going to be honest and tell her the truth, even if it hurts her feelings. Somebody needs to be that girl for her, and none of them were being that for her. And she goes up to Iris and she's just like, what happened on the date? Iris can't even sit down before she's like, what happened on the date? And Iris was like, we just went and talked on the beach. Perfect date, and she knew that. Girl, he didn't plan that goddamn date. He didn't plan that date.
Had nothing to do with the planning of that date. Baby, they sat on a fucking beach. That's your dream date. That's your dream date. Your dream date is to sit on a beach. You want to sit on a beach. That's your dream date, baby. Oh, 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 oh.
Okay. I mean, it's a
Now
lovely sentiment.
here's
Lovely
here's
sentiment.
and in part 47 of why Hudda Dum pissed me off in this episode alone. All these girls come up there then.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, including Iris. And I
Iris,
appreciated the girl for
including
this.
Iris.
I
Mm-hmm.
appreciated the girl for this. Everybody, their mother, the producer, Ian Sterling, the cameraman, the turtles on the beach, that Iris and Jeremiah were sitting on earlier that day. Everybody is consoling Hudda in this moment. We then cut to later, and Hudda done talk shit about Iris, saying, oh, she's hiding shit. Oh, she ain't telling the truth. Oh, she's not a girl's girl. Bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up right now, if you do
Oh my
not
god.
shut your mouth now, no, absolutely not. This girl was just consoling you. This girl was just consoling you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You are going to no.
No, no, ma'am.
No.
No, ma'am. You're not gonna do that.
Are
You're
you
not.
fucking kidding me?
Eh,
No.
no, no. You are the worst. How
The
dare you say
worst.
somebody is not a girl's girl when you couldn't even support your girls and be in your feelings? You couldn't even support your girls when they were happy. Orlandria and Hannah was trying to talk about their date and they had a good day and it was a nice day and you couldn't even get out your feelings enough to support them in their good day. But you want to say somebody else is not a girl's girl? And somebody else is moving weird and hiding stuff? Did you not hide the fact that you were a mommy for date till day six, seven, five,
And
six, whatever,
still not
and
everyone
still
in the
not
villa
everybody knows?
knows. The
So
ultimate
who's
liar in this villa is you, Hutta.
you? You're the one hiding things. You did that. And now you're just like, she's not a girl's girl. She's hiding something. She told you everything that happened on their date. We went kayaking. We sat on the beach. We talked. She just mad because Jeremiah didn't talk about her. You wanted them to go on this date, and he was like, "Oh, I miss Hunter so much. Hunter's everything to me. I want Hunter back so bad. I know America put us in a couple, but I want Hunter. I don't want you. I only want Hunter." And that's not what that man did. And you mad that's because he did he talk about me? And I was like, no, he didn't. Because he didn't. Because you didn't call him everything but a child of God before the night before he went to bed. That's the last thing he heard from you. He heard you call him out his name and you walking past him without saying nothing when he's trying to tell you he's not a liar. And you just shunned him. So that's the last thing he heard from you before he went on this date. So I don't know what you want anybody to hear. Yeah, I don't know what you want anybody to say. You did this. And the fact that you want to call this man not this girl or not a girl's girl because your man got coupled with him by America. And then
I'm
the producer sent him on a date and he didn't talk to you and he didn't do anything for you and he didn't come back
because
jumping in your arms begging you.
the producers had this triple date planned for whoever got picked by
Whoever.
America, and this actually had nothing to do with Jeremiah specifically or Iris specifically, and this triple date had been planned for whoever America picked, and literally not everything in this villa has anything to do with you specifically, Hutta, but apparently the world revolves around you, Hutta, because you are so self-interested that the only person that everything should revolve around is you, Hutta. Bitch, not everything revolves around you. Anyway, I'm tired of talking about this bitch. The triple date was gorgeous.
The triple date gave me flashbacks of Janae Kinney,
Yeah,
Miguel.
yeah, yeah.
What's that girl's name? I forgot her name.
I don't
But last year's
know.
date, Miguel and
Yeah.
Kenny are the only ones we were, and Serena and Nigel. I can't remember that girl's name. Cassie, Miguel, Cassie. Here we go.
I'm glad you
So,
remembered because I certainly did not remember. I'm so sorry to that girl.
but yeah, that reminded me of that date when they went to that floating island bar or
I
whatever.
feel
It was
like it
very
was the
cute.
same island.
It might have been the island. No, I think this was the island Kendall and Nicole had on their final date.
Oh, I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
because
all
they
had.
were at a floating
Yeah.
bar in theirs. They
Hmm.
were all in the same bar. So yeah,
Yeah.
but
This
it
was
gave
really
me those
cute.
vibes. It was cute.
Yeah, so Iris and Jeremiah went kayaking. Hannah and Pepe went scuba
Snorkeling,
diving
snorkeling.
snorkeling in the shallow.
Hmm.
They weren't far from the shallow now. Um, and then completely separate, completely different from everybody else. Jalen and Alandria are giving each other massages.
They took a long walk on the beach first. They took a long walk on the beach first.
I
Look here.
lived.
Here's the thing. One of them probably couldn't swim. I think Jalen said he can't swim. So
Yeah.
doing water sports is not the way to go for them. And I get it. So they took a no, nice long romantic walk on the beach and ended up giving each other massages. And I thought that was
Amen.
great. I thought it was great. And you know what? It's okay.
Amen.
I mean, if I was gonna have somebody's rubbing oil all over my body, I'd take it.
Oh
I'd
yeah, me
take
too.
it.
If I was gonna have somebody rubbing oil all over my body, I wouldn't be mad if it was Jalen.
Wouldn't be mad if it was Jalen. I wouldn't be mad if it was Atlanta, to be honest. I
Me
wouldn't be mad at
either.
all. I'll take it. I'll take it.
That
But
part.
it was sweet. I do. My only thing about this, I'm like, Jalen, this was the opportunity for
I
you
know.
to be a little, ask her more about herself, be a little bit more involved in the conversation. And he was just like, yeah. Hmm.
Hey,
He's not a big
well, okay.
conversationalist.
Well, no, they had a whole discussion about family life and everything like that. So no, I actually thought their conversation here was pretty good. I thought Alandria actually opened up very nicely here. I thought this was I agree with you. I think there needed to be a little bit more on Jalen's side, but I actually think he asked a really nice his conversation was very nice in getting
The
Alandria to open up a little bit
responses.
more. Yeah, his
Alandria
responses
started the
needed to be a little bit better.
conversation. No,
Yeah,
I needed him to initiate the conversation. Alandria
yeah,
initiated the conversation and he just responded to her questions. I needed him to then ask questions about her. Like, so what's your family life like? What is this like? Like him ask the questions and then let Alandria just have to answer. I think that's where the stimulation of the mind needs to come intact. I
yeah.
don't want her to have to initiate every conversation, always ask the question, and he just gets to respond and be like, yeah.
Well, didn't
And
he
then
ask
there's
about
no,
the family question? Like how many
he asked
kids?
about the family. He asked him, so you are big on family? And he was like, yeah, 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 I got, I like family. And he was like, so do you want to have kids? And she said, yeah, four, maybe two. So that was the one question he did. But yeah,
I'll take
I do.
it. I'll
I'll
take
take
it.
it. Look, baby steps, I guess. But I need
Yeah.
them to move a little bit faster. I like a slow burn, but
It's
I
only
need
been a
it.
few days. Keep in mind, it's only been a few days. I agree with you. I
And she's
agree with you.
open. And
Yep.
she's open, which I appreciate because she is opening up to the
Yep.
exploring of the relationship. She's not being completely closed off. So I agree
Yeah.
with that.
And I will say their moment earlier in the episode, we didn't talk about it, but their episode or their moment earlier in the episode with the microwave popcorn on the dock, I loved
Yes.
it. I thought that moment was adorable.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really, really do like them together. I think they're sweet. Um I do like him more than Taylor, but given tonight's episode, we'll talk about it. I'm a little bit worried. So,
Hmm.
um, but yes. Otherwise, the only other big moments that we get that we
Pancakes
haven't
and
hmm?
pancakes and ping pong.
Pancakes and ping pong.
Look, the only reason this man is doing that is because Iris was going on a date. Let's just be honest. Let's be upfront and honest about it. Iris was going on a date, so therefore Ace was like, "Okay, let me put my focus on Shelly today because Iris has gone on a date." If Iris was there, he would have made her breakfast and left Shelly nothing. Um, so pancakes and ping pong was happening. Austin is sitting there moping on the side, and I'm like, bro, I don't know what to tell you. Because honestly, Shelly done told you everything you need to know. She done laid out the blueprint on what you need to do, and you refuse to do it. So therefore, ain't nothing we can do about you, Austin. If you go mope around and be mad about stuff, then just mope around and be mad about stuff. But
And then he lays around and mopes to her directly.
and she's tired of
and then
it.
and then feels better. It's just like it's copy and paste what we've seen for the last couple of episodes. Okay,
I'm
boo
sick of it. I'm
hoo.
sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick
Well,
of it.
he's finally doing something in the first look for for
Well,
tonight's
I'm not
episode.
even.
So
I didn't even look at the first look, so I can't. My head ain't there. I'm focused right here, and I'm mad at him because he's not doing anything. He's not doing anything but sitting there crying to Shelly like, I'm sick of being in this triangle. When she just told you the other day exactly what you need to do stuff to make her feel like the triangle is shifting and it's shifting in your favor, but you still did nothing. And so when you see Ace playing this ping pong and pizza thing or ping pong and pancake thing, you just sit on the sidelines just like, suck it up, Buttercup. Either do something or get off the pot. Either do something or it's just go away. I'm annoyed. Shelly deserves so much better than both of these boys. They are both annoying and both frustrating, and she deserves better. But then Shelly doing stupid stuff and falling for all of Austin's tricks when you know he can't be trusted, and it's pissing me off because I want to be like Shelly, girl, you smarter than this, but I don't know if you are. Oh, I hate not being on my girl's side. It's really hurting and vexing my soul not to be on the girl's side. But in this episode, I was so against the girls. I was so against the girls in this episode because one thing about the men in this episode, they showed growth. They showed how to get into conflict, how to get out of conflict, how to talk directly to people, how to resolve conflict. They did all the things. I might not agree with everything that they said, but they figured things out. They talked it out, they hashed it
Yep.
out, they got all their feelings out, and in the end, they were cool again. These girls just sat there and let this girl crash out and validate everything she was feeling without telling her the truth about herself. And that is so frustrating. And Shelly is just falling for Ace's stupidity when you know the only reason he doing this is because Iris wasn't there.
Yep.
I can't. I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. My soul is vexed. How am I agreeing with boys? How am I agreeing with boys? Can't do it. This is where you're supposed to jump in and say, well, it's gonna be okay.
I don't think it's going to, Lana. That's the problem. Unfortunately, Lana, I don't think it's going to be okay.
Okay.
I
Okay.
wish. I really wish. I really wish I could. I don't think it's going to.
Jesus Christ. I'm mad.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
All right. All right. All right. All right. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm
Why
sorry
would
to
I?
let you crash out like this, but I
I'm
don't think it's
crashing out.
gonna.
I'm crashing out. I am. I am. And you see what you did to me, Hunter? You see what you did? You make me crash out. I don't crash out. You
Uh-huh.
make me crash out. And I don't like it. So I'm annoyed.
Well, and we got to go to Hutta crashing out in the speakeasy, because that's the last thing that happens is Hutta crashing out in the speakeasy. Because Jeremiah pulls her for a chat that evening. And he does his absolute best to apologize. He does apologize, tries to explain how he's feeling. It tries to explain that he just genuinely froze and did not have anything left to give. And she counters that with saying that all he does is play victim, and that what he did was selfish, and that all he does is think about himself. I'm frustrated by this. Because in a lot of ways, I unfortunately agree with Hutta. I think, like we've been saying, I think Jeremiah should have checked on her. I do agree with that. I think there is a responsibility here because they've been coupled up for so long, because, they have that connection. Jeremiah should have checked on her at least at some point for at least a short period of time, just to make sure, hey, are you okay? Even if it was a, hey, are you okay? I'm not doing that great. I need to take some time. Like, I'm not doing that great. I don't have a whole lot of bandwidth right now, but I want to make sure that you're okay at the very least. Like, I need to take some time to process where I'm at right now. But at the very least, like, I just need to make sure that I want to make sure you're good. I'm going to take some time right now, but, like, I just want to make sure you're good. The way she was describing him in this moment as playing victim, and the way she moved in this conversation, I understand her emotions. I get it. She's claiming she was checking on Hannah. Where? We didn't see it. She claims she checked on Charlie. Where? We didn't see it. I didn't see it. Did you see it, Lana? Okay, cool. I certainly didn't see it. So where's the footage, Love Island? Where is the footage? I would like to see the footage. Where are the receipts? I'm gonna take a page from Love Island UK right now. Where are the receipts? I would like to see the receipts. Huda's feelings in this moment are valid. I will agree with that. She was seconds away from going home. He was not there, and I do agree with everything she is feeling in this moment because he should have been there for her. I do absolutely agree with that. But the way that she is emotionally manipulating him and the way that she is perpetuating this, saying, oh, he laid in bed with another woman. Yeah, because he's coupled with her. Okay. The fuck? The way she is taking all of these things out of pocket that are literally just part of Love Island. Baby, have you watched the show? Do you not understand where the fuck you are, Huda? Baffles me.
This woman, I have been sitting here, y'all see I'm trying to breathe. This woman wanted this man to say, no, I'm not going to sleep in bed with her. I'm going to go sleep in soul ties. Although Ace is already occupying soul ties, so he would have to go sleep on the day bed. Or he was going to go climb in bed with Huda anyway. Like, I don't care what you say, Love Island. I'm sleeping with my girl. She wanted him because, like she says several times before, I want a man who's obsessed with me. I want a man who is obsessed, who's going to just defy anything and everything just to be with her. She wanted him. Should he have checked on her? Absolutely. But
Yes.
she wanted him to beg and plead and scream and tell producers, I don't care what y'all say. This is the love of my life. I'm staying with her. There's nothing you could do about it. I'm sleeping with her. He's gonna get out of the bed in the middle of the night and go climb in the bed with her because that's what he wants to do. And that's
Baby.
what she wanted. And I'm sorry. Nobody's that obsessed with you after what, 10 days.
Baby, it is day 13.
The man is not that obsessed. I'm sorry. He's not obsessed. It's been literally just 2 weeks. He's not obsessed with you after 2 weeks like that. And then it's not like it's been the most blissful 2 weeks of his life either, because y'all have been arguing and fighting. You have been nitpicking and nagging and egging this man on for the littlest thing. Do we forget Pancake Gate? Did you forget that? No protein?
Never.
Did you forget Pancake Gate? Did you forget how wanted you to do more? Why did you not doing more for me? Why did you not do for me? You see how Ace is giving pancakes and he's doing salsa dancing lessons. Why aren't you doing more? And Jeremiah's like, hello, you have a whole child that you just sprung on me. I'm still trying to process. I'm figuring this thing out. He's been telling you. He's been telling you. And you've been missing the signs. And now you're mad because he's doing what the he's supposed to do in this house, finally, and he's not obsessed about you. She's just like going off the way she called him the victim and how he's selfish and how he's doing this and doing that. And I'm like, so girl, are you done? Are you, first of all, are you cool? Because I don't think you cool. And if you cool, then are you done? And if y'all are feeling completely done, just let it be done. But just for the record, you have nobody else in that house because
No.
you have just scared every man in that house.
Everyone.
Nobody is going to pick you.
You want to know the worst part, Lana?
They're gonna be back together because ain't nobody else to pick.
Because I'm going to say, Jeremiah, you done? The answer is no.
No, no, they're not
Oh.
done. And this is the thing: we are going to have to deal with this because when this recoupling happens tonight,
Yep.
she's gonna pick him because there's nobody else to pick.
Well,
Maybe.
actually,
Don't tell me.
she.
I'll look at the first look for myself. But yeah.
Well, no, I was going to say there's a twist.
Oh. Well, then I definitely need to look at
She
the first look.
she will not be picking anybody.
Oh, okay.
Um, she will be standing behind a door.
Oh.
All of the women will be standing behind a door.
Oh, well, that's okay. 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 I'm not cutting you off. This I'm just like, no. Do I want to know, or should I just look at the first look for
You
myself?
want to know?
Okay, I'll just look at the first look then. I'll just look at the first look then. You continue. Look at the first look.
Um, yeah. So first look, because I didn't have anything else with this episode. Because the only thing we get from the trailer is a new recoupling comes knocking, literally. So we see in the first look, as Lana is currently watching, Austin's finally putting in work. Thank God. We'll see what happens. Couples are shaken up, and the recoupling happens where all of the women are standing behind doors, and the men get to stand in front of the door of the woman that they want to recouple with. So I don't know if that means that several guys can stand in front of the doors. I don't know how that's going to go down, but I'm certainly excited to see how that goes. I can't wait to see how this turns out. I don't know. Because the last shot we see, as I believe Lana might have just seen, I don't want to spoil it. Yep, big old doors. Oh, not the doors. Not the doors. Oh. Uh-huh. I live. I live. Oh, I live.
Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, not you muted again. Not this. No, I'm very excited for this. I'm very
Well,
excited for this
yeah,
look.
I muted because my video was still playing. But oh
Ooh,
my god.
yep.
Oh, okay, okay. So
Yep.
Austin, come to the front. Austin, come to the front because are we spinning the block again back to where we started with Amaya? I mean, I'm not mad,
I told you, Lana.
but if that messes up my spot, my safety net for Shelly, Austin, I'm gonna punch you in the face. I'm gonna punch you in the face if you
I
mess up
think
my
she's
safety for
fine.
Shelly.
She's fine.
I don't know because I still think Ace might go for Iris. I'm just
Ace is going for Shelly, no problem.
I
I'm
don't
not worried.
I am. I'm not secure in
Given
that.
given what we saw, we didn't talk about it, but given their little like flirtatious situation in this episode, especially, I am really not worried. I'm really not worried.
Mm, this is Ace we talking about. He
Yes,
had that
I'm not
same
worried.
flirtation. He had that same flirtation with Shelly the same day he had with Amaya, and he chose Amaya. My
I'm not
worry is there.
worried.
Okay, you be not worried. I'll be worried for the both of us.
Okay.
Uh, but okay, all right. I'm
I like
interested.
this twist.
I like this twist. And somebody going home today too?
Yeah,
Who?
only one.
One person's going home today.
All right, speculation time, Lana.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Who do you think's going home?
If I had to speculate, we're losing to Maya.
I'm gonna manifest that we're losing Huda.
Jeremiah
I'm
gonna go back to that.
manifesting that we're losing Hutta.
Jeremiah going back to that.
I'm manifesting we're losing Hutta.
I like the manifestations. I
I
love that
am
for you.
manifesting that we're losing Hutta.
I love that. I love that you have faith in that and not faith that Shelly is not safe.
Manifestation works.
Okay.
And that's that.
I and that's that. I hope I kind of hope you're right. I kind of hope you're right
I
on
hope
all
you're wrong.
counts.
With all of the respect in the world, I hope you're wrong.
I hope I'm wrong too about Amaya. I hope I'm wrong about Shelly not being safe. I hope I'm dead wrong. This is
Yep.
one time where I hope I'm wrong. But I know Alandria has nothing to worry about because somebody's going to pick her. Hannah is fine. Peppy will choose them.
And see,
Uh,
that's why I'm not worried about Shelly, because I feel like push comes to shove, whether Jalen or Taylor, like one of Jalen or Taylor, I feel like the other one
pick
picks
Shelly,
Shelly.
maybe,
Especially Taylor.
maybe.
Who
I think you
who
okay.
the fuck else is Taylor gonna pick?
I mean, he's not.
Amaya, maybe. If
He's
Shelly is
not.
already taken.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Shelly is fine.
I think Shelly. Okay, Shelly's fine.
I don't see Taylor picking, and if Alandria is taken,
Hmm.
I think the number one pick for Taylor is Shelly to keep Shelly safe.
Yeah, yeah,
Especially because it's a guy's pick.
yeah.
I think Shelly is 100% safe.
If if
I'm gonna
Taylor
say
has to,
99. I'm gonna say
if
99.
if Taylor has to pick Shelly because Ace picks Iris, um, I hope Shelly takes that and be like, yeah, I'm out. And then if Austin picks Amaya, then that's fine. That's fine with them two together. I'm okay with that. But
Whatever
if
Shelly needs to do to be
to
safe, I'm okay.
safe, I'm okay. But ooh, okay. Well, Julie.
Because if Jalen picks Alandria,
Mhm.
who
I
else
wonder if
who else is Taylor gonna pick?
right. I wonder if um Shelly, not Shelly, if Taylor and Jalen go for Alandria, does it mean she has to now pick between the
I
two?
bel I'm gonna assume if more than one person picks, then I that's probably what's gonna happen.
Okay. Okay.
I can't wait to see
Okay.
how this turns out.
Exactly. And we're gonna be right back here tomorrow to talk all about it. So thank y'all for watching us as we go to do Soul Ties Live. We'll be back here tomorrow. Um, and then back again on Friday and Saturday at 6:10 Eastern, talking all things Love Island. You can join us for Soul Ties Live here, and you can also join us when we talk about the UK version of Love Island at no invite needed on Tuesdays and Fridays. So double dose on Tuesday, double dose on Fridays. We're gonna give you all the Love Island that you can handle, that you can stand. And trust me, both series are eating at this point. So we are completely set for both.
Yep.
Um, we're completely set for both. So we're going to be back talking about all of that. Subscribe to this channel, all of our other channels if you haven't done so already. All those links will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon, where you can get your mug at lanadinspirations.etsy.com. Follow all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and Blue Sky. And you can follow Logan and myself on all of those other platforms as well. And we're gonna get out of here. So do, 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 do,
Do-do-do-do-do.
do, do, do.
Do-do-do-do.
We'll see y'all next time. Cheers. Oh,
Cheers,
go watch another
y'all.
video. Go watch another video of ours. So click on the next video. Thanks.
Period.
Bye.
Bye.